Hello again, VL review fans, and this time I had a company. Now I know I'm going to get the name mispronounced, I'm pretty sure. I believe it's called Wyevee. It's W-Y-E-V-E-E, so I'm just going to call it Wyevee. Contact me and say, hey, would you like to go and review our Honda compatible mower wheels? And I said, yes, absolutely, because I need a set. So they contacted me and I received this right here. And as always, how I do my reviews at both VAC Lab and VL Reviews is I accept a sample product, but I do not accept payment in any way, shape, or form. So the links for this particular product, it's an Amazon store, will be available in the description. But I never do paid reviews. But thank you so much, Wyevee, and I really hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, for providing the review sample. This is all four wheels, and I have a Honda HRR 216 series walk-behind mower. And these are supposed to be compatible with that, and I think even some other Honda mowers as well. Oh, that looks so sharp compared to my old wheels. My existing wheels are a couple of years old. I think they're getting close to 3 years old. And I have a yard that honestly is really tough on wheels. And I wear the treads out. I mean, like a lot. So I think this is going to be my third set of wheels. So let's see, I'll show you this. This is a front wheel. You notice it doesn't have a big gear on it. And this is the back wheel. It has a gear on it. So you're going to have a set of, these are rears, and a set of fronts. But you know what? If I'm remembering correctly, on their Amazon site, you can actually just get a pair of fronts or just a pair of rears or all four. So I decided to ask them for all four, and that's what I ended up with. So what we need to do is change all these wheels, and it's really, really simple to do. So I have some wood blocks here to just kind of hold the mower base up. You may or may not necessarily need to use that. I mean, I can change your front wheel and the mower doesn't even tilt at all. But I suppose for safety's sake, I'll go ahead and lift this up a little bit. That way it can't fall. And let's move well, you know what? Let's actually compare these here for a second. Yeah, so look at the difference in the tread. So it's not worn smooth. This is worn fairly smooth. My back tire, you know what? I might as well show you this. Here, let me put them up together so you can see that in particular. Look at the back tire right there. Tread, no tread. No tread, tread. So that is what I really want to try to emphasize here. So these are rear-wheel drive mowers. And I have to be honest, even though I do like this mower, the tires just wear out entirely too fast. So I have a socket here. It's 12 millimeters, and almost any socket driver will do. And I'll show you how easy it is to go and change the front. There, pretty simple. You're just going to remove that main bolt. Let's see, is it loose enough I can do it by hand? Yep. So there's the bolt. Now, any type of washer arrangement, you want to make sure you put back the same way that you took it out. Here's what it looks like on the other side, just to compare the two. Right there. Here's the front. All right, so how about we move on to the rears and see what we have for the rears. So I remove that bolt, and we have a washer that plopped out right there. There's one on the other side too. Okay, now let's take a look. Now these match. Okay, so that centerpiece is in both the new and the old. So I can go ahead and replace the rear. Now let me get a little closer over here and see what I'm doing. I did push out a little bit of grass that was stuck up in here. And if you need to clean this other gear, I would suggest that you do that. You can get like a screwdriver or whatnot, and that's kind of handy, especially if it's clogged with a whole lot of goo, because the gears will work better when everything's clean. All right, so push that through this way, put that on there. I have to lift this back up to get an alignment. And let's see. Am I able to get that started? Let's see. Yes, there it is. There we go. And this should screw in. Okay, almost there. Let's change this to tighten. There. And that is the rear. Now let me see what I can do about the front. Upon closer examination, it seems like we need to remove this front piece right here. That kind of bearing in there is missing from here, and of course missing from here, but there's two bearings, one on the back, one on the front. So in the way this is going to install properly, I'm going to want to remove the outside one. And that's very easy to do. All I need to do is, I got a couple of screwdrivers here, a couple of flat blades, one bigger than the other. And I will just go and remove this outside one. So the rears are indeed an exact fit. The fronts, you may have to make this adjustment. Yep. So I hope you can see what I'm doing here. Just got to get it started and then just go around in a circle. It's almost out. Let's see if it goes flying. Almost out. There we go. All right, so that comes out. So now we have the outside of the old and the new wheel looking the same. So, and then here's the rears. Okay, so I will take a washer, right? Put that in, and then the bolt. And now I will go and line this up with the front. There, I hope you can see that. So you guys who get this, let me know if you had to make any adjustments like I just did. So I just had to remove this on the outside. And then let's tighten that up. There we go, that's tight. And that's it for the front. And the other side will be exactly the same. Here's rear number 2. Some bolts are on tighter than others. See, I got those two right there. Okay. Now this, there's some grass. Yeah, so get rid of the grass. There. Definitely get rid of the grass. And like I mentioned before, if you need to pick out any accumulated mud or whatnot, I mean, feel free to do that on this gear. So this gear isn't in that bad a shape at all. All right, that's pretty good. So, yeah, look at the difference. This is worn almost completely baby bottom smooth, and this one now has grip. So I can go up hills and things like that. Yeah, isn't that great? Okay. Now let's get my bolt in here. There, get my washers put in. And let's see, let's get that realigned. Let's see, make sure we don't booger up any threads. I don't think we're seated as well as we could be. Get in there. There we go. Yep. And let's tighten her up a bit. Oop, come on. All right. So that's the rear. Okay. Now, the last one. 4 out of 4. That one isn't too bad. Okay. See how that one came out? All right, get rid of that. Now, we're going to have to remove this guy. So we got to pound that one out. Make some room here so you can see what I'm doing. I'll use the little one to split the plastic and the metal. Get it started, so to speak. All right, now let's see if I can twist this, get this bearing out. Almost there. Almost there. Come on. Yay! All right, that did it. Fantastic. So, you got your washer, right? The right location. That just wasn't that bad. So they're all there. All 4 of them are all there. Now, I think my grass, because it's been raining here in Ohio profusely, has just stopped from this morning. Let's see if my grass is dry enough so I can show you these Wyevee wheels in action. Okay, away we go. Look at those new Wyevee wheels go. So let's see, I've got a hill to climb. Of course, I'm doing this one-handed. Oh yeah, it climbs right up that hill. The other one, they were just kind of sliding around a bit. So, thanks so much to Wyevee for sending me these wheels, and realize that they're compatible with a wide variety of Honda mowers. And my HRR 216 required an extra bearing to be removed, but it just wasn't that difficult. So until next time, VL Review fans, happy mowing.